What's up, guys? I was thinking of videos to do and upload, and this has been one I've actually been thinking about for a while now. When I just started streaming, I wasn't really sure where to go, and I just looked up things. I found OBS, and it was hard for me to figure things out on there, and I had to watch a lot of videos to help people out. And I was like, you know what? I can make one of those videos to help people out, and so that's what I'm doing. So basically, the first thing you're going to want to do is just go to obsproject.com, type that in, it'll take you right here. I assume most of you are going to be on Windows, just click that. Mac, Linux, you click those, and then download it. It'll pull this up. Alright, so for your OBS, it is going to be pretty bland, It's not going to have the stream chat, the activity feed, and you're not going to have all these scenes and sources. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to add a scene. It does not matter what you call it, but like you see in mine, I have League, Fortnite, Xbox, RuneScape. That way I remember which scene contains what. Like League will contain a League overlay, Fortnite will contain a Fortnite overlay, stuff like that. And then for the tutorial, it doesn't have anything right now. It makes your screen blank, so I'm not going to click that. I guess some of those do too. But the first thing you're going to want to do is figure out which capture you want. A display capture, like you see in this Fortnite tab right here, captures the entire screen, which is why it's capturing OBS, it's capturing the background, and everything. If you wanted to add a window capture, it would capture a specific window. So if I wanted to, like OBS is a window, so if I wanted to add a window capture, it would just capture OBS, and even though the background's still there, it wouldn't capture it. A game capture will capture, the same thing pretty much. It'll just capture that specific game. And that's pretty much the basics for the captures that you are going to use, other than if you have an Elgato like I do for my Xbox, you're going to have to run the video capture device and then select whichever it is you have the Elgato or whatever. Browser sources are ones like the alerts I use. It'll give you a URL to put in there, and then you just select the width and height, and then whenever you have that scene open and the alert on, the alerts are on, then it will appear. And it's pretty much that simple. It's really not hard at all. And then these eyes, as you can see, my overlay right now is turned off. My alerts are on. And you can also lock it so you can't move it. So like right now, I can move my alerts like that. And if I lock it, I can't do that anymore. So it's really good if you have to put a webcam in a narrow spot and you don't want to accidentally move it. So you just want to lock it. And right now I have my webcam turned off, because I woke up 30 minutes ago and I was like, you know what, I want to make this video for people. I think it'll really help. And that's pretty much everything you need to know for the scenes and sources. If you want to have a BRB thing, you would just do image, stuff like that. The others I don't use as much, not really many people use that much. So the next thing we're going to do is go into our settings. This is, just the general settings, obviously. I like to use the dark theme, but there are others. I haven't really tested them out, but dark is definitely my favorite. It's simple and, I just like it. So most of these are just basic. I don't think I've changed anything except for the theme. It used to not be dark, but I guess now the default is. See, none of these I checked. It's just how they had it. So I wouldn't really worry too much about these settings unless something... Oh, yeah. So automatically record when streaming. I don't recommend turning this on, simply because sometimes you may stream for a long amount of time and you may forget you are recording. And then you're left with a 6-hour file, taking up a ton of gigabytes and all that stuff. And, it's going to be really hard to go through that file and find what you want. So if you do want to record when streaming, I recommend doing it in 30-minute to an hour intervals. That way, if you decide you don't want to record after 30 minutes or an hour, you don't have to. And that way you don't really forget. And also when you're going through the file to find the clips that you want or the highlights, it's not that big and it's a lot easier to do. So I definitely recommend that. Next, this is important. You're going to want to select the service that you are using. And I believe for Twitch and Mixer, I haven't streamed on YouTube in a while, but you can connect your account instead of having to type in a stream key. That way, it's just really simple. You just type in your information, and then you're good. And then it's still like that until you disconnect it. Server, I'd always recommend auto. Like, I'm US East, but, it may, like, if ping's bad in one, it may just go to the other or something. But yeah. And then for output, all right, so this is going to be a little bit confusing, but just bear with me. So I run 720p, 30 FPS right now, because my PC is getting a little bit old. The processor can't really handle it that much sometimes, so that is why my bitrate is 3500. If you are streaming 1280p, I recommend going to 5000, 6000 bitrate. As long as your upload speed can take it, I would recommend going with a higher bitrate. And then the software encoder and stuff like that, that's good. Recording path, I believe you can generate that. I just have it as OBS recordings because it's simple. Okay. So, I usually record in FLV. However, with that being said, if I need to edit the video, it is best to use MP4. Right here, it is kind of scary saying it cannot be finalized. It will be unrecoverable. However, that rarely happens. And for things like Sony Vegas, you can't use FLV to open that file. So I switched to MP4 solely because of that. So like for my Outlast videos, I usually don't edit those. So I'm perfectly fine streaming in FLV. However, for this video and others, if I do want to edit it and stuff like that, I do need to use MP4. There are converters out there, but it's just, it's simpler to just start off recording with MP4. That way you don't have to change it, trust random sketchy websites or anything like that. Next, you just have the audio. Wouldn't change these. I would definitely set up your mic as the one you're using. So I have a Blue Snowball. I don't want it to pick up my Xbox headphone over my Blue Snowball, so that's why I have that set as that. The other things don't really matter. There are push-to-talk hotkeys you can use. I don't use them. Okay, for video, like I said, I run 720p, which is why these two are 1280 by 720p. I do recommend you buy Cubic. And then for my FPS, I use 29.97. It's basically 30 FPS, but for some reason there's a bug going on with some streaming softwares. If you use 30, it just really messes up and doesn't work well. And so they put 29.97, which, same thing. Okay. Here are just the hotkeys. I don't use any of these because it's really not hard to click a button or just like go over there and do something. With that being said, I may look around in this in the future, but right now I don't use any hotkeys. Okay, here's the last thing, the advanced settings. I don't believe I've changed any of this too, but it is important to note that when you do have files, they will be saved like this. So it's going to do it by the year, the month, the day, the hour, the minute, the second. So this video, I believe it is already... Okay, so yeah. 8/9/2019, 12/15/10. It's 12/24 right now. So that's where the video is at right now. And that was just a good, look at it to see where it was. How do I think? Yeah, enable. Yeah, so these don't really matter too much. If you do notice something that you see differently, definitely go for it and change it. These are my settings. These are settings that I have looked up and found from others and just kind of gone with over time to things that I like. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and... I don't think I changed anything, so I'm not going to apply. Yeah, make sure you hit apply. I didn't, but you may want to because you just changed all your settings. That's mainly the gist of things. Here's where you change your audio, like desktop audio and mic and stuff, where you can mute it as well. There are scene transitions you can use. I don't use them. It's not really that important. Yeah, once you log into Twitch and connect your account, this stuff should pop up, and then you can just add it like that. It's really cool how it works. I guess I messed up. Not very good at it, but yeah, you can move this stuff around, just place it in different areas. I could just do this, and then I just click one or the other. However, I prefer to have it set up. That way, if I don't hear a sound from an alert, then it just pops up right there. Mixer does have its own too. I guess it just went away on mine or something. But yeah, they have its own chat. You pop out, you just place it in here. And yeah, it's a great software. I do recommend it. And I really do hope this guide helped you guys. And if it did, please leave a like and subscribe. Show me that it really did help. And it just really supports me. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed.